soya. What to say?
You don't know what to say?
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of things to be expected.
Nothing but the best, yeah.
Hey, Kimberly.
You're trying.
You're trying.
Yeah.
You're trying, yeah. All right, so the show is live on Facebook, Focus FM KNUST, and also live on YouTube at Felix Edudakwa. So join us there, leave a comment, and we'll read them to you as and when they come. So Kimberly has prepared something special for us today, which is the 3rd day of February 2024. She's going to give us the history bits in this date. So Kimberly, let's hear you before we come to the discussions. Don't forget that the big games are on this weekend. We've got a big one in England and then in Spain as well.
Yeah, sure. So today in history, I have about 3 of them.
Sure.
Yeah, and then I'll be starting from 1992.
1992.
Yeah.
Were you born by then?
No, please.
Okay. I'll reserve when you were born. I'll reserve. Yeah. I know Ezekiel was born anyway.
So Canada won the ice hockey gold medal at the first Winter Olympics in Chamonix, that's France, by beating them 6-1. And then we have baseball owners agreeing to permit each club up to 49 games in 1942.
Okay.
Yeah, and lastly, Joachim Low.
Yeah, Joachim Low.
Yeah.
Formerly of the German national team.
As usual. Yeah, today is his birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he's 63 years old.
63 years?
Yes, when you need
Yeah.
He led the German to win the 2014 FIFA World Cup.
Yes. So Joachim Low celebrates his 63rd birthday today. Live on Facebook, we are showing you images of all of these events live here on Focus 94.3. On Facebook is Focus FM KNUST, and then of course on YouTube is Felix Edudakwa. Joachim Low, what a man! What a man! Oh, 63. He looks very young.
Yeah, still handsome.
Or is it a wig or something? However, let's look at it. But Ezekiel has the fixtures here in the top 5 European leagues. We'll be discussing them in very brief form. We have picked the top ones. Okay, Ezekiel, good afternoon. I hope you are good. You good?
Yes, Mr. Host, I'm good by God's grace. How are you too, Mr.
I'm
Host?
good.
Good to hear.
All right, so let's hear from you the top fixtures in Europe, and then of course before we come to the main discussions, don't forget the Madrid derby is on. Liverpool have a big one against Arsenal, but then for Liverpool, don't fear Liverpool, Charlie. Liverpool and Arsenal, it can be anything. But let me hear from you all the other matches that are coming up in Europe.
Sure, so a lovely good afternoon once again to our viewers. So if you're going straight into it, I'm starting from the German Bundesliga. And yesterday, Borussia Dortmund away at Heidenheim.
Yeah, Heidenheim, yeah.
Yes. So today, Bayern are playing against Mönchengladbach. Okay. And then Leverkusen, Bayer 04 Leverkusen, the sensation, they are playing against Darmstadt. Also, we have Freiburg at home up against Stuttgart. And then we have FC Cologne against Frankfurt.
Okay.
Also, we have Mainz 05 against Werder Bremen. And tomorrow, Sunday, Wolfsburg take on Hoffenheim. Okay. Leipzig take on Union Berlin.
All right.
So those are the fixtures for the German Bundesliga.
All right.
Straight away into the Italian Serie A. Calcio, yeah.
Serie A.
So Frosinone take on AC Milan. Bologna take on Sassuolo. Udinese Calcio take on Monza. And Empoli also take on Genoa. And then tomorrow, we have Torino up against Salernitana,
right.
Napoli against Hellas Verona, and then also the big game, Atalanta Calcio versus Lazio.
Right.
Also, we have Inter Milan versus Juve, first versus second, the big one in Italian Serie A. Okay. Then of course Monday, AC Milan at San Siro take on Cagliari Calcio. And then up into the Spanish La Liga, Spanish Primera La Liga. We have Madrid up against Atletico Madrid. That is derby. A big one, the Madrid derby, of course. And also we have Bilbao, who took on Mallorca yesterday, 4-0 there. And then Girona take on Real Sociedad. Deportivo Alaves take on Barcelona. Granada take on Las Palmas. And also Valencia take on Almeria.
All right.
And also tomorrow, Osasuna take on Celta Vigo. Real Betis also take on Getafe. And then again, of course, Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid.
Real Madrid, Atletico de Madrid, of course, the highlight in that one. Let's move on quickly to the English Premier League. We can wrap up.
So the English Premier League, the big fixture, Arsenal take on Liverpool, as we all know. Yes, at the Emirates Sports Stadium. And then we have Chelsea against Wolves. We have Manchester against West Ham, and then also Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest.
Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest.
Yes. Okay. So those are the big fixtures tomorrow. And then today in the English Premier League, we have Tottenham taking on Everton, Brighton taking on Crystal Palace, Burnley against Fulham, Newcastle versus Luton Town, and then Sheffield United versus Aston Villa.
So those are the fixtures.
For the English Premier League. Yes,
so now we can hear from the managers before the matches kickstart. You know that is a big one for Liverpool. And according to Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, who is said to be leaving the Liverpool job after the season ends, he says it will not be all for them ahead of that Arsenal fixture.
That's not a challenge. It's for this one moment, in the first moment in the season, can start. A lot of available or came back from it.
All right, so you heard from Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp ahead of that crucial encounter against Arsenal. But then Arsenal is Mikel Arteta who is handling that side. And then, of course, he has said that he is very, very worried. There's an injury concern. Ghanaian interest Thomas Partey in there, and he says that it's a major setback for his team.
Yeah, Gabi obviously played and trained with us the whole week, and Thomas, unfortunately, we had a little setback a few days ago, so he's not going to be available to be in the squad. Whether it's a matter of days or weeks, we will see, but he had a little thing.
This is Focus 94.3 FM.
Right, so you heard from Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta, who was speaking on that one. But let's quickly look at the discussions. Arsenal have a big one this weekend against Liverpool. And then there's a Madrid derby also, which will be looked at as well. But let's look at the best one in Spain. It's a Madrid derby and Vinicius Jr. against... Antoine Griezmann. Look at how that one pans out. Albertine Lopez is here. Albertine, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Let's quickly look at the Spanish Premier La Liga, the fixtures. The top liner is that one, the big one, in Madrid.
Yeah, it will be a very, very interesting and a very difficult match. I mean, considering talking about the Madrid derby, Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid. This will be the they've been playing because they played in the Super Cup, the Copa del Rey, and then initially they've already played in the Spanish Liga, the first league where Madrid lost by 3-1. I mean, it was for Real Madrid. But today is going to be tomorrow rather. It's going to be a difficult match for Real Madrid, not in the perspective of a Barcelona fan, but on reality, because you check the injury records of Real Madrid at the moment and you talk. I'm news in their camp. I mean, Rudiger being doubtful, David Alaba out. I mean, Eden Militao obviously is out of the match, and Thibaut Courtois out of the match. But I check the Atletico Madrid. I mean, football they play. The first time I see Atletico Madrid playing a beautiful football this season. That's the first time I've seen Atletico Madrid playing
good football.
Beautiful football. Come on, the team, the understanding, the chemistry on the pitch. I mean, the winning mentality. I remember recently against Rayo Vallecano, they just came in and 90 plus. I think 4 for 15. They won against Rayo Vallecano at the dynamics of the game. That's what Diego Pablo Simeone has added into the Atletico Madrid team. They are facing the Real Madrid team that they've played many times this season, and we all knew the results that that happened in the Copa del Rey. I mean, they eliminated Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey, and then second leg in the Spanish La Liga. It's going to be a difficult match for Real Madrid. But this is Real Madrid we are talking about. At the Santiago Bernabeu we are talking about. No matter what happens, the stars are favourites. But it's going to be Madrid to change the setup. But it's Real Madrid. If the game is not over, they can do anything possible to win a match.
So you believe Real Madrid have a chance in this one?
They don't really have a chance, but don't write them off because it's at Santiago Bernabeu, and we are talking about Real Madrid. This season they've lost only one match, and they lost against Atletico Madrid. That they are playing today. And at that time there were no, injuries as compared to this current Real Madrid setup you are talking about. Rudiger is doubtful. Who is going to partner Nacho Hernandez? And you are going to ask ourselves, who is going to keep the post between Lunin and then Kepa Arrizabalaga? These keepers cannot be compared to Thibaut Courtois. They can never be compared to Thibaut Courtois. I mean, the difference is a bit huge. It's very huge. So I think it's going to be a difficult match for Real Madrid, as I already said. But don't write them off. It's Santiago Bernabeu and Real Madrid.
So you are sticking your neck out for Atletico de Madrid double chance, but
yes.
then we should not write off Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But let's look at the big one also
in England. Yes, I said something that Jurgen Klopp has, paraded a new crop of league match for Liverpool. McAllister first match for Liverpool, so you could see the understanding was not in that Liverpool midfield. In that match, so you could see a total dominance from Chelsea in the midfield and even the whole game. But they Chelsea scoring them 4 goals. Liverpool, I think this is their time for them to win the English Premier League. They are leading
for Klopp.
Yes, even Klopp's last season for Liverpool, and I think he can win, or he should win, a major trophy for Liverpool. They are already in the finals of the Carabao Cup, and that is and I think they also are very high for them to win the Carabao Cup. Comparing the form of Chelsea and the recent matches they've played, the results Chelsea has gotten against Liverpool in the recent matches they've played in the English Premier League. I think Jurgen Klopp should win the English Premier League for the second time for Liverpool, and I think it's going to be a good news for them. And Arsenal too. The Arsenal started the season very, very well, but it got to a point they lost to West Ham United, they lost to Fulham, and then even they were tagged as favourites at some moment they were leading with more than 5 points in the English Premier League, but they lost 3 matches in a row. That caused them, and they've also picked up from the last match they played against against Bournemouth, and then even against Crystal Palace, they scored Crystal Palace by 5 or 6 goals. That's Arsenal you are talking about. They've picked their pieces together and their form is back, but it's going to be a difficult match. I think Liverpool will be playing at the Anfield. And is it easy to win at the Anfield? This is a stadium, a very, very intimidating stadium. Clubs like Barcelona have been humiliated in this Anfield. Last season, Manchester United were humiliated by 7 goals. Come on, Arsenal, can they survive the crowd?
Why do you have to mention Manchester United at this
point? No, I'm making reference to results that has happened.
Chelsea also just lost to.
Yes, but we are talking about humiliation. Yes, we are talking about humiliation. It was total humiliation. Manchester United for losing 7 goals at the Anfield. Can you stop? Can you face that intimidation from the Anfield supporters? Their chance alone can turn you off in that match. But Arsenal, they are playing some beautiful football, but it's going to be a difficult game for Arsenal. Liverpool, I think Liverpool will win that match. And
so Liverpool straight away.
Especially Jurgen Klopp's last season, and he wants to write his name in the history book of Liverpool forever. Winning the English Premier League 2 times for Liverpool since 30 years. They've never won the English Premier League, and he won. Yes, and he won for them. Winning for the second time is going to be a huge mark for Jurgen.
My man Albertson Lopez, the YouTuber, we'll get back to him to discuss the other match. We've got AFCON and then a lot of matches coming up. But Ezekiel, let me hear from you real quickly. The top liners in Europe.
Yeah, so the top in Europe, I'm going to the Italian Serie A, Italian Calcio Serie A, where Internazionale Milano take on Juventus. And Simeone Inzaghi, he's a master tactician. He has showed over the years that clearly he knows the game, he knows what he's about, he knows all the nows in the game of football. And then his side are playing beautiful, playing high level football right now, and they are taking on Juventus at Giuseppe Meazza. Unfortunately for Juve, their run is coming to an end, because I see a slim win for Inter Milan. A 1-0 or a 2-1 in this one will do, yes, for Inter Milan. And then Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. So the Madrid derby. This season, Madrid has lost only twice, and they've all come against Atletico Madrid. This season at the Bernabeu, they are a force to reckon with. They haven't lost at the Bernabeu this season. I stand to be corrected. Yes, they haven't lost at the Bernabeu this season. And so I don't think it's tomorrow that Diego Simeone's Atletico are going to score Madrid at the Bernabeu. Let's not forget that Nacho, whenever all the favorites are out and then Nacho is to step in, that's when he delivers the most. And then there's a high chance Fela Mendy will partner him in centre back, but then I still see that Madrid will come out victorious. Not because I'm a Madridista, but then in terms of the football, I think Madrid, in all the back line, they're out, the favorites are out, but Nacho will step in, and whenever errors faults, yes, so I think Nacho will step in and he'll do a good job there. And in England, Arsenal versus Liverpool. The last 10 matches between Arsenal and Liverpool, Arsenal has won just twice. And then the first one was I think way back 2021 in the EFL Cup. It was a penalty that Arsenal used to win Liverpool that match. And then in the Premier League, it was at Emirates, and this match too is at Emirates. So I think Liverpool are in top form. And I think in Klopp's final season, the English media and then the FA in general will try to send the league down to the wire, because the Premier League is centered on drama. All they want is drama.
Yeah.
They want something to talk about. So I think.
So you are predicting a photo finish this time, right?
Exactly. So and in this match, I think Arsenal's best will be a draw.
Arsenal's
best will be a draw at Emirates. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
All right, so you heard from your man, the cute boy, they call him. The cute boy. Ezekiel is predicting all these for Real Madrid, and then, of course, for Arsenal, he says it's going to be a draw, which will be their best results. But let me now hear from my man, Courage. The weekend games are set. There's Madrid Derby, but then, of course, Inter Milan against Juventus in Italy, and then we've got the big one in England. It's Liverpool and Arsenal.
Focus 94.3
First, I would like to touch on the. I think even though Madrid have some injury crisis, you can never write them off at the Bernabeu, because they know how to get a job done no matter the situation. Yeah, so I don't think the injury crisis will affect them too much. Atletico Madrid are doing something in La Liga this season, and if you want to compare that, they've scored 2 less than Madrid, and they have the same, and they've produced 14 goals, because the Madrid defense isn't stable, and with Antoine Griezmann on top scoring form. Yeah. So I think Madrid will win, but it will be like some, last minute skirmishes. They'll get it. So it will be like 3
Focus
94.3 maybe 2 for
3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
So you are predicting that the game will go all the way, maybe to stoppage time, and then be a last minute effort like the last time Dani Carvajal came down to rescue Real Madrid from that shock.
Exactly. That's what I'm going for.
So let's look at the other fixtures. Arsenal and then Liverpool. Arsenal are playing at home. The correction has come here. Arsenal are playing at home at the Emirates against Liverpool. Yeah.
This is Focus 94.3.
Arsenal themselves are also struggling this season, even though they are winning games, but they are struggling because we look at how they played last season and you compare it to this season. There's a very big difference. You have their wingers. They are most productive wingers, Martinelli and Saka. I think last season by this time they were having double figures for goals and both goals and assists. But this season they are finding it a bit difficult.
94.3 FM.
Okay, and Arteta is also trying to fix Havertz in their lineup, which is affecting Odegaard. So they are attacking players are not finding it easy. There's no telepathy between them. So I think Liverpool will find a way to win this one.
Liverpool find a way to win against
Liverpool. They are creating a lot of chances. I don't know how they manage to do that, but they always create chances. So if you are meeting Liverpool, you'll be guaranteed to concede 10, more not less than 10 chances. Yeah, and with
and especially how they opened up the Chelsea defense. I was looking at that game. I was watching from home and I'm like, wow, Darwin Núñez is that wasteful. I mean, you sit and you watch him and you're like,
I think Klopp needs to bench him and he should just
hitting the post here and there. He can't seem to find anything working out for him, and it's sad. It's sad. If you're a Liverpool fan, I understand your feeling right now, because the Chelsea game, Chelsea had a chance if that penalty on Nkunku was taken, and if Chelsea had scored that,
Chelsea has game.
I'm sure we'll be talking about a different story right now.
Yeah. So that's it. So they need. As for the only attacking player I trust so much is Jota. He's very clinical.
Jota, yes.
So if Jota finds himself at the end of most of the chances, then it's going to be a disgrace for Arsenal. They are going to collect a lot of goals.
So Arsenal to lose.
Yeah, Arsenal to lose. But Liverpool too, they always find a way to concede.
Okay.
But they also score a lot of goals. So I think Liverpool will score say maybe 3 goals.
Still live on 94.3 Focus FM, and of course you are still live on Facebook at Focus FM KNUST, and then on YouTube at Felix Dudakwa. Let's now switch our attention now to the AFCON, where we have a lot of interesting matches coming up. Nigeria are through to the semis, kind courtesy that lone strike from their man, the 18-shirted young man who plays so well, Ademola Lookman. He put them through as they won against Angola by a lone goal, and then of course DR Congo also did a job against Guinea. Guinea also wasteful, but then DR Congo showed them who the masters are. Today we are crowning it all in the quarterfinal stages with that 5 p.m. fixture where Ivory Coast, the host nation, will be playing against Mali. Then of course at 8 there's a big one. There's Cape Verde against South Africa. 2 teams out of this will progress, and then they will meet 2 who have already crossed DR Congo, probably in the final stakes. So it's getting closer. It's getting closer. And it's getting closer. AFCON 2023. So far, so good. Albertson, I think this AFCON has lived up to the billing. The hype and everything was right, but then, Charlie, this AFCON we have seen some good football, interesting matches. Yes. And
this is Africa.
Yes.
It's high time jogging club respects Africa, the African Cup of Nations. I remember him calling a small trophy.
I think he did that last 2 years, and then he ended up with 2 of his players in the final. Then he came back to sort of retract his words.
And you
I remember
retract.
that put him on his toes.
Yes, and we have to fight for our own. Come on, we've witnessed a very entertaining and exciting tournament.
Unlike you.
This AFCON, all the favorites are out. Or even Nigeria was not a favorite.
Yeah. No, but Cote d'Ivoire was also favorite, but they are still in
because they were Senegal and then
Morocco. Yeah. Especially Morocco.
And then you see they are out. You see, was it Angola that eliminated Morocco?
Yeah.
And you see the kind of energy they put in that match. South Africa in the round of 16. Yeah. See the energy they put in that match. I think Morocco scored in the first half and the goal was disallowed, and then they came in. South Africa came in the second half, and then they did what they could do to win that match.
Yeah.
I already say this. The technicality will come in, but when it's reach a moment where you need energy, physique, can the North Africans offer that? They are strong. I'm not saying they aren't strong, but as compared to the black Africans, when it comes to 70th to 90th minutes of the game,
long-lasting energy,
strength. Come on, can they offer? And South Africa, come on, this a very, very interesting, entertaining tournament, and no doubt about that.
Let's look at today's matches, and it's interesting because Cote d'Ivoire and Mali are facing off.
Cote d'Ivoire and
2
Mali,
black Africans, like you would say,
and 2 francophone countries.
Yes. 2 of them have one of the most solid midfield we have seen in the competition thus far.
Yes.
It's very bulky. They are bulky and they are good.
You see, Cote d'Ivoire didn't start well.
Yeah.
But I remember on Score Sheet last weekend, I said Ivory Coast, it will be difficult, even though they are players, it will be difficult for them to qualify. But they proved me wrong.
Yeah.
Now they are into the quarterfinals of the competition. You see, the support, the energy. I remember Frankesi saying they didn't play the group stages. The supporters were expecting from them, but they promised the supporters that in the knockout stages, and they will try as much as possible to bring in the cup, to let the cup stay in Morocco, in Cote d'Ivoire. He knows what he's talking about. At the moments where you need your supporters to rally behind you, they come in and they help you out. And we all know that Ifura, anytime the Ifura is in support of you, anytime the supporters are all shouting, hailing you, giving you the morale to win a match, and when it happens. So Mali against Cote d'Ivoire, I don't think Mali is going to be a difficult. Yes, it's AFCON. They can cause a shock, but I think Cote d'Ivoire will qualify to the semi-finals of the competition with the home support.
Cote d'Ivoire will qualify,
and they're even playing well.
Yeah.
They're playing well. Check them with Frankesi. Check. Is it that media midfielder?
Yeah,
Sangare.
Yeah.
Come on.
Brahima Sangare.
That Jean-Michel say.
Yeah. Jean-Michel said. in the previous game,
He won the man of the match.
Yeah, 4-4-2 lineup.
Proper,
in the first half,
proper
especially.
midfielder.
Yeah.
I remember him. He's time at Fulham.
Yeah.
Proper midfielder, and he's showing his class in the AFCON. He's showing his class in the AFCON this year. Come on. So I think with Cote d'Ivoire, Mali might ship Cote d'Ivoire too.
So ahead of this game, Cote d'Ivoire has managed a win. They have managed 1 draw, 2 losses. They have scored 3 goals. They have conceded 6. They have 1 clean sheet and they have 14 shots on target. For Mali, they have 2 wins, 2 draws, no losses. They have scored 5 goals, conceded 2. They have 2 clean sheets and then 14 shots on target. So it means that both of them, they have almost the same.
Tournament is all about game management.
Yeah.
DR Congo won their first match yesterday.
Yeah.
They drew their previous matches. They've never won the match. But
they drew against Morocco.
But they are in the semi-finals of the tournament. It's game management. It's when it's reached a moment, you don't need to score a goal.
Yeah.
You need to protect what you've scored. And that's why Ghana, we are back.
Yeah.
Our game management was very, very poor. At 87 minutes, we were leading to the at the end of the day. Come on, you drew the match.
So that's what we should know. 4.3 Focus FM. We cannot talk about AFCON without mentioning Team Ghana. But we'll come back to the performance of Team Ghana after we delve into the other matches that are coming up this day. Of course, 5 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. Heavy Foods and Accessories, Jolat Drinking Yogurt, and now Jelly Special Cake is sponsoring this edition of the score sheet. But then let me bring you in Ezekiel, the cute boy. AFCON quarterfinals, the last of its round today, 5 p.m. and then of course at 8 p.m. South Africa having 1 crunchy one against Cape Verde. Before that, the matches of the day will continue as Mali play against La Côte d'Ivoire, the host nation. Let me hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so yesterday the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria, they took on the Antelopes of Angola.
Yeah.
And look, if the gods of the game are against you, nothing works for you. In a football game, if the gods of football are against you, nothing works for you. Yesterday, of course, because of Simon Moses' quick feet, he obviously teed up Ademola Lookman, who fired the shot away. But then, look, Nigerians, they were very sloppy in defense. I remember a point in the game, Mabululu, he hit the post. They were able to cut them open. And then, in as much as they have the likes of Calvin Bassey, William Trostikon, yesterday defensively they were so sloppy. Nothing was working for them. It was just that the chance that they got, they were very clinical with it, and then the gods of the game clearly were favoring them. And then in this tournament, Nigeria have one thing: all the teams that have been worrying them, Nigeria are settling the grudges. Because in the group stage, they beat Ivory Coast, and Ivory Coast have been worrying them in AFCON. And then also against Angola, Angola beat them to deny the 1990. And then Guinea-Bissau, they beat them in the group as well. In the round of 16. Guinea-Bissau beats them at home in the AFCON qualifiers. So Nigeria, they are settling all the grudges. All the teams that they've pained them in the afflicted pain on them in the past, they've been beating them. So it's working for them.
But is it a matter of their coaching? Because right after Augustine Iguavon passed, that job on, he decided not to continue after that very, very, very painful denial that we gave them. Jose Peseiro has come in and is doing so well. He can alternate between the 3-back and the 4-back in games. He can choose when Victor Osimhen becomes a threat, and that tenacity of that guy should be steadied. I think that in the Nigerian team, you cannot find a star, somebody who plays as a star. They are all playing
as
together.
A unit. Look, they have so many players on the bench. Kelechi here, Nacho, Terren Murphy, but then they are all on the bench. The coach, there's this mantra that if it's not sports, you don't fix it. So he's sticking to the same 11. He always says he trusts all his men, he wants them to play, but then it's not sports, so he doesn't want to fix it. He doesn't want to tamper with it, so it's working very well for them. And then I think the expatriates on the African continent, they are very good. The expatriates are very, very good. Javi Rena, you can mention them, they are very, very good. So I think Jose Peseiro is doing a good job.
So, in the matches that will come up today,
Mali.
my interest is the first one at 5 p.m. Cote d'Ivoire playing as hosting, host nation. Are they going to exit at this time round, or you see them going?
You see, Ivory Coast qualified to the next stage of the competition through the best third place team option. They were the last. They were the fourth team from there. And then they went on.
Thought they had been eliminated.
You see,
crazy.
Yeah, so it's been so bizarre. There's been a lot of noise around it. So I think they'll be doing something magical. I think they could be following the same logic. So I think the home support will definitely play a good role from Tottenham. They have Bissouma. They have very good players. They have very, very good players. But I think the home advantage and advancing.
Cape Verde, South Africa.
Cape Verde, South Africa. This is a tough one. This is a very, very tough one. But I think I'll go in for the Cabo Verdeans.
Why?
I think everything is working well for them. Everything is favoring them. South Africa have been good. They were good against Morocco, but then I think the Cabo Verdeans have a slight nudge ahead of them because in their group stage games against Ghana and in their last, I think they were very, very good. So I'm tipping Cape Verde to advance into the semis ahead of South Africa.
Still live 94.3 Focus FM, and then of course live on Facebook at Focus FM KNUST. This is where performance is indeed our speciality. We are looking to talk to Fitzmanjara on the lines. We are still trying to connect him. When he comes through, we'll be picking his thoughts as well. He was at Cote d'Ivoire, and then he was with Team Ghana. Unfortunately, his first travel with the Black Stars did not end well with him, and he has some experiences that he would also share with us on the show. So we'll try to connect with him. But before we do that, Courage is also here. Let's look at the AFCON fixtures that are coming up today. It's going to be interesting because Cape Verde and South Africa, both of them are playing so well. I saw many people posting after the round 16 that Cape Verde and South Africa should not be playing in the quarterfinals. They should be rather playing in the finals, because according to them, those two were the teams that were playing the best football. But I don't know about you. And then before that, Mali will also be playing against La Cote d'Ivoire, the host nation. Are they hesitating at the quarterfinal stages? Courage, your thoughts?
Before I go into the games we have today, I think this AFCON has debunked the stereotype people had about African football that is boring and that. At this stage of this year's competition, like where we are now, we've recorded more goals than the whole of the previous tournament. So this AFCON is really entertaining, and we don't have anything like a big player in this tournament. All the players performing are known players. So
Emiliano in Sway leading the top scorer.
Names we've not heard before. So I want to go into the Cape Verde game, and South Africa have been to the quarter-final of I think 4 of the last 5 African Cups, but the last time they've entered the semi-final was in 2000. And Cape Verde themselves haven't been to the semi-final before. So this game,
2013, the quarters.
So this is their chance to make. This is a chance for the players to make name for themselves. And South Africa have a very experienced coach in Hugo Bruce, who I think led Cameroon to
the AFCON reaching 2017.
And also they have a group of players that understand themselves. They have as much as 8 players starting from a single team in their previous game, Sundowns. They had 8 players. So I think with the understanding between them and also with the experience of their coach, they will be able to beat Cape Verde. It's not going to be easy because Cape Verde was in our group, in the Ghana's group, and you see the type of football they play. You'll be marveled. But I think South Africa has what it takes to overcome them.
So South Africa to overcome Cape Verde.
Cape Verde, yes.
So South Africa will go through to the semis, and then Cote d'Ivoire also go through to the semis. That's why.
Yeah, Cote d'Ivoire. Yeah, Cote d'Ivoire. I hope you all know my stand on Cote d'Ivoire.
Last week, part of your favorites.
Last week I tipped them to beat Senegal.
Yes, and they did.
And they did.
Albert mentioned them.
Proper midfielders. I have some particular midfielders I group as proper midfielders, and they have a lot midfielders that want to have the ball.
Who comes to mind when you say that?
But whenever they have the ball, they have Mali. I think they've beaten them 5 times in the 8 meetings they've had. So and coupled with the home support and motivation, I think Ivory Coast will also beat Mali.
All right. Yeah. So live 94.3. My guys have given their predictions, but then going into this game, Cape Verde versus South Africa. Cape Verde have 3 wins, 1 draw, and they have not lost a game. They have scored 8 times. They have conceded 3. They have 2 clean sheets, and they have 17 shots on target. For South Africa, they have managed 2 wins, 1 draw, a loss, scored 6, conceded 2, 3 clean sheets, and 19 shots on target. South Africa. Okay, we'll look at how that game pans out later on today at exactly 8 p.m. But then let's come now to Team Ghana. Dr. Randy Abe, who is Executive Council member, and then of course the bankroller of Pando Heart of Lions, has been sharing his thoughts on the exit of the Black Stars at the just ended. I mean, I said just ended, but it's just ended for the Black Stars anyway at the ongoing African Cup of Nations 2023 in La Côte d'Ivoire. Let's hear what Dr. Randy Abe had to say.
There's a lot of disappointment, there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of frustration. What can we do? We've let everybody down. We need to pick up the pieces, try and do things differently, and try and make amends. I mean, in March, the FIFA free dates are on, and then I think in May, the World Cup qualifiers will start, and then later in the year, I think AFCON 2025 qualifiers will also start. Don't forget that there's AFCON next year in Morocco. So there's a lot. I mean, I've been reading around, and I can understand, I mean, the emotions of people. I mean, you might consider some overboard and all that, but I think that at this stage, you should just be in a position. I mean, the level of disappointment and embarrassment is quite heavy.
Right, so we heard from Dr. Randy Abe. He says the level of embarrassment is quite heavy. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but share that with me on Facebook. Focus FM KNUST, Focus FM KNUST. Let's see if we have some of the comments coming in there already. Okay. So keep sharing the link, and of course keep also commenting on the Facebook stream. We'll be here to read them as and when they come. Some 9 more minutes to hit the top of the hour 1 in the afternoon. Abasin, Dr. Randy Abe believes that it's now time for us to pick up the pieces. Let's keep calm. We understand that a lot of emotions are in there, but let's try to keep calm, because of course the games will continue. It will come in taken quick in March, and then
we have AFCON to play next year.
Yeah, AFCON next year in Morocco. So we need to relax. Should I play the voice again?
Okay, let's do the
voice. All right.
There's a lot of disappointment, there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of frustration. What can we do? We've let everybody down. We need to pick up the pieces, try and do things differently, and try and make amends. I mean, in March, the FIFA free dates are on, and then I think in May, the World Cup qualifiers will start, and then later in the year, I think AFCON 2025 qualifiers will also start. Don't forget that there's AFCON next year in Morocco. So there's a lot. I mean, I've been reading around, and I can understand, I mean, the emotions of people. I mean, you might consider some overboard and all that, but I think that at this stage, you should just be in a position. I mean, the level of disappointment and embarrassment is quite heavy.
All right, so the level of embarrassment is quite heavy. Abasin, right now in Ghana, Charlie, there's lots of talk. I hear there's going to be a demonstration.
94.3 FM.
Okay. Student journalist.
Felix.
Okay.
So should I start with only Randy Abe or the whole of the local?
Yes, the whole of the local stories. Yeah.
You see,
in 5 minutes.
These AFCON members. So what will happen to them if they shut up?
No, but you see, they need to also agree. Within the week, yeah, the captain of the senior national, they had constituted a board and in 3 weeks' time, yeah.
Okay. So, you see, I'm sorry to use that word, who refuse to think about the future of football.
Okay.
It will reach a moment where after every tournament, you come and then apologize. You come and explain things.
You will explain tire.
What if we won this AFCON?
I'm not sure we'll be explaining by now.
No. We will come and apologize.
Yeah, even if we reach the finals.
Even in the semi-finals, the explanation won't be too plenty. And even Ghanaians will not be requesting for apologies. And Ghanaians wouldn't even want to listen to they are unnecessary. Let me say unnecessary explanations. The executive committee members keeps on. Like putting in anger in the support. Recently, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, Fred Chitu went to explain the budget. I'm coming there.
Yeah.
You see, we've gone to a tournament. We all know Black Stars didn't perform. We are already angry about the Black Stars and the GFE. You and ESCO member, are you the one come to tell us that we have to start afresh? So you knew that we have other people at the helm of affairs of the Ghana Football Association to do about the Black Stars, because we all knew right from the onset that this Black Stars team, this team that we have, can't compete in the AFCON. And we kept on saying this thing. So can he tell me that he never heard any of the sports journalists or anybody saying that Black Stars cannot perform in the AFCON that we were going in Cote d'Ivoire? They knew that the Black Stars team was not competitive enough to compete Senegal, to compete Morocco, to compete Tunisia, even to compete Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria. We all knew that, but we refused to do it. Now that it has already happened, the harm has already been done. Now that we are trying to explain things, is it necessary? No.
You think it's not necessary?
It could have been protected. It's not necessary.
Interference.
We have performed well. Can they tell me that they don't know that? They know, but they won't. We are playing a tournament where me sitting at the back of the television knows Joseph Pencil is a good left winger. He was playing on the right. The moment he switched to the left, the right again.
Based on the coach's instructions.
After that, and then the player, that just isn't tired. So what are we talking about? You see, these are things we should stop in the GFA. And if we stop that, we've already been saying that, and then people have already been saying that we do not have bad players. Individually, the players are good, but collectively, same thing. What are they doing about it? They have the solutions, but they will never implement that. And they will keep on explaining things to us. We don't need their explanation. They should do the right thing. And if they do the right thing, there's no need for them to come and sit on radio and be explaining things. Now to the budget. Okay. 8.5 million.
Yeah.
Please, an image on the network. Put it on Facebook for us. Black Stars budget since 2013 in the AFCON. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Now, well, last Thursday on Angel FM morning show with Kwame Tanko, so that he sat on the show, trying to explain to us as an ESCO member and try to justify things. It was only a budget, and we shouldn't consider the prize money in that AFCON and compare that to the budget. He said, football is not all about what you get in return, and if your country wins, if we won the AFCON, we wouldn't have been talking about that in the group stages. Since 2013, only Black Stars. 2013, our budget for the AFCON was $5.8 million.
It's live on Facebook. Those images have been projected here.
5.8 million, the Black Stars budget we used to go to the AFCON. And the prize money in that AFCON was 1.5 million. Please do the calculations for me. The prize money was 1.5 million, but our budget was $5.8 million. That's
it.
That's $4 million. So if we won the trophy, we would have. It's not about the profit you get in return. Did they bring that trophy here? No. In 2015, our budget was 4.7 million. The prize money was 1.5 million. We didn't win the AFCON. In 2017, our budget was 3.4 million. That was the only time that the prize money was Ghana used to go to the AFCON. The prize money was 4 million. Our budget was 3.4 million. Now in 2019, our budget was $6.3 million. The prize money was $4.5 million. 2021, 5.5. It was equal. That was 2021. We also exited in the group stages. In 2023, our budget was $8.5 million. The prize money was $7 million. Now, since 2013, Ghana have never. The last time Ghana won the AFCON was 1982.
Yeah, 1982. Yeah.
Over 40 years. We've never won this trophy. So what is Fred actually trying to tell us? That we shouldn't compare the budget to the prize money. No, those countries that spent 20 million and won 4 million, they won the trophy. So the supporters were not interested in the money. This is the situation we are in a complete mess. unemployment rate, but they take this amount of money to the Black Stars, go to the AFCON, you exit in the group stages, and you as an ESCO member, you are a professional, you are an economist, you are trying to explain things to us that we shouldn't compare them. Come on. Did you win the trophy?
No.
2 consecutive times we've edited the AFCON in the group stages.
Yeah.
What is the entertainment which the supporters have been getting? Our country, the economy is bad.
Yeah.
We are suffering.
Yeah. IMF.
We go to IMF, we go and beg, and they'll give us money. We take it and give to the Black Stars.
Yeah. 600 million.
Still unemployment. Can you tell me? This 8 million. This 8 million. Let's put the 500 aside. The 8 million can employ over 500,000. I mean, unemployed graduates in this country. But these unemployed graduates, even though they took this money to you, and they took this money for you, and then you went to the AFCON, these unemployed graduates were supporting you.
Yeah.
You edited in the group stages. We were heartbroken. And you are trying to explain this to us. You are trying to tell us this. Win the trophy. I don't think. That's what I already said. Ezekiel, will we be talking about the budget if Ghana won the AFCON? No. Nobody would have talked about it.
No, but we would have talked about it, but to be a very
a
mild conversation.
But this is a major topic we are talking about.
Yeah.
Because it was a disastrous campaign we had in Côte d'Ivoire.
All right. Obviously, let's.
You see, they should spare us the explanations. We are tired of them.
Yeah, explain.
Now, Ferrati, you are a politician.
Yeah.
You see, there's no need. Even I don't think he was in Côte d'Ivoire. I don't think he was campaigning for his parliamentary primaries. Yeah. So don't try to explain things to us. I trying to tell us that we are naive or we are ignorant. No.
All right. Thank you very much. Still live on Focus 94.3 FM, live on Facebook at Focus FM, KNUS and Demo. All right. Thank you very much, Nana Asamoah Kalibos. He was formerly with us as part of the Sportainment crew. Nana Asamoah Kalibos, United for life, United forever. Thank you very much for some of these interesting comments. Let me come to you now. Courage, the budget 8.5 million, and then as against 7 million for the winners' prize in the previous years, repeating the same mistakes over and over for the couple of days that they spent in La Côte d'Ivoire. But this is what they budgeted to have spent throughout the period if they had gone to the finals and then, of course, had grabbed the trophy. Let me hear your thoughts on this one.
I think this GFA is a disgrace and a disappointment to we Ghanaians, because when you look at the Ketu, when I remember vividly when he was going to radio stations, TV stations, as explaining his policies and all that, he looked like the Messiah.
Yeah.
But if you see what he's doing right now, it's like a complete deviation from what he promised
told us.
us.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem, or one of the biggest problem with our national teams, is the ESCO members and these Black Stars management people. You look at the country like Germany with all their resources. They
Black
go
Queens.
to tournaments and they share 100,000.
Black Galaxies.
They share $100,000 among each
Even the
other
Black
for
Bombers.
for no work done. Whilst the country is in an economic crisis, we go to IMF every day to beg them. I haven't heard they've released another 800 million recently, and all this is going on, and it's like no one is there to check and rectify these things. Everyone is just looking on and happy with how things are going. If you look at the posture of Randy Abe when he was talking, you would think he wasn't a Ghanaian. He said he knows people are angry, meaning he is not part of us. He is not angry. He's okay with what has gone on. I would like to the GFA president and his people, they've cultivated this habit of forcing players to sign for their agencies. If you don't sign for their agencies, they will not call you to the national teams. If you look at our youth teams, the under 17, under 20, when they release their squads for tournaments, you could see that like 90% are all players from those executive ESCO and management members. They put their players in there. So that when games are going on, GFA president can call a coach to make changes. I learned in our last game, Daniel Amate told the coach this game he must play. So he just changed, and the coach had no say, and because the GFA president is his daddy, so he can just make decisions from the top. And I don't know, the demonstration coming up. I just wish they can they can organize one here in Kumasi. I promise never to join any sort of demonstration in my life, but this particular one, I wish I was there. Someone posted something on Twitter. I read something on Twitter, and the person was like, "If you are able to beat Nigeria in corruption, then that's for you," because the budget of Nigeria is even like half of our budget is more than the Nigeria's. They're trying to tell us that you can steal more than Nigeria. Then
we are deep mess. We
are at our worst state. So the problem of Ghana football, it goes on and on. We can't touch on everything today. I think we need to have a whole show for this.
Thank you, Courage, for that insight into Ghana's budget going into the AFCON. So from 2012 to 2015, before we come in, Ezekiel, real quickly, Ghana had budgeted 5.5, 5.8 and 4.7 million dollars respectively, but the prize money still was 1.5 million dollars. In 2017 was increased to 4. Ghana, we budgeted for 3.4. In 2019, the budget was raised to $6.3 million. And the prize money was 4.5. And then in 2021, the previous edition, the prize money and then the budgets that we sent were the same, $5 million. This time around, we had budgeted $8.5 million for the AFCON. The prize money stood at $7 million for the winner of the African Cup of Nations. Cute boy, this is not cute.
Certainly not. Honestly, Ghanaians really love football, and then we all support the Black Stars. In as much as people will always be saying the Black Stars are not performing, so they won't follow them so much. Whenever there's a tournament or a game where Black Stars is involved, you can see it's a very bad indication, and then it doesn't augur well for our dear football. So I think last AFCON 2021, Senegal, they won the AFCON. The prize money was $5 million. I think Achi, who is an economist, tells us that football is not a business, and so you're not supposed to make money. It doesn't really sound so sound to me. And then 2014, the prize money of the World Cup was $35 million. Germany's bonuses for their staff, the technical team, and then the 23-man squad was $12.5 million. So if we have to say their preparation money was even $10 million, if you add that to the 12.5, that is just a little over 22.5. So they make profit in that sense. So I disagree with him on that score. But then I disagree with Albertson in the sense that, of course, he's an ESCO member, so he has to obviously come and then explain some things, because if they don't explain or they don't come on air to comment on such stuff, to all the plights that everyone is going through in the country. So I think they have to obviously reading online. They were overboard. It's not overboard. They actually deserve more than what people are saying. But then we all know that things are not going to change. Unfortunately, things are not going to change, not anytime soon. Because what I'm thinking now is that they are diverting fans. Yes. If it's not the stars, so that they can obviously push themselves.
Okay, so you are. I mean, in your own conspiracy theory.
Yes. I am thinking that there's diversion of funds somewhere, because $8.5 million, it's outrageous in terms of economy. Whether you use indexes or not, Ghana is never $8.5 million. It's outrageous. It's very scary. It's a very bad.
From two of the ESCO members, Dr. Randiabe is also an ESCO member. He has come out to also explain. I mean, he's a media person, and then he is telling us that they have let everybody down. It's disappointing. The performance is disappointing. So he comes with this sort of admission of wrong. Then you have another ESCO member on the other hand, who's also a media person.
Yeah, so
coming back to tell us
two different positions.
So we need actually, but I mean, the whole GFA has come out to apologize to the whole Ghanaian, populace. That we literally beg them to come out to apologize to us because we deserve.
Ghanaian leaders are good in terms of verbosity. They are very good. They can write lengthy stuffs to actually make up for such things. So it's normal. But then what is the way forward? What are we doing? Because in as much as we are all saying that what do you call it? It's not good, the money that we are spending. If the Black Stars had done something better, I wouldn't have talked about this. So it only clearly shows that Ghanaians are more interested in the performance of the players. You understand? Yeah. So if you have to spend this much money and then you give us something good and then the performance is also shambolic, then for them, because we've seen some before, as to whether they won't pull strings to try and then curtail them.
And there were even some assemblies which were not demonstrations; they were just invitations of people externally.
Exactly. Yes. So we know how things work here. So we just hope it comes off, and even if it does, we just hope it has a meaningful impact on the way our football is run from here onwards. Yeah.
I think
still live on 94.3.
I think the police have granted the.
But
the police can grant too. The police can grant.
Before you realize,
the day before.
Police
at 12 a.m. they'll serve you a notice.
Yeah. Really? Who granted you?
Wow. We are in Ghana.
Just before you realize. Alison, final comments on the Black Stars and issues arising. Next week, by this time, we should at least have a lot of short lists. But then I've heard names of former German trainers.
Yeah, I mean, on his profile in Wikipedia, Black Stars coach, but Black Stars manager.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it not edited? Oh, you have confirmed it.
Yeah. On his profile on Wikipedia, he's a Black Stars manager.
Okay. So he said to be appointed. I mean, for Germans.
And you see, they said Black Stars can never afford Heavy Renard because we are not financially, economically up there to hire Heavy Renard as a coach. You see, this is why I'm saying that. You see, I'm not against them trying to explain things to our understanding. But what I'm trying to mean is that if you performed well, you wouldn't have been explaining too much. You understand? So they come in and then they try to explain things. What has they done about it? You see, now you are telling us we can't afford a Heavy Renard, but you've spent 8.5 million on an AFCON trophy. You budgeted $25 million for AFCON and World Cup. Told us we are going to the semi-finals of the AFCON. Are we serious?
Still live 94.3. This conversation will continue in all your homes.
They think
time out. Albertson Lopez was here. You heard from the cute community.
Inter Miami and
Inter Miami, friendly game. They say require a fixed match. A fixed match. I fix it. I don't know. All right. So at 8 p.m. we come your way with sportainment from 8 p.m. to 9:30. Good sports and entertainment mix from us, and then of course tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m. come your way with the score sheet. Thank you very much to Roddick and the rest of the production team. Came in the first Saturday